Good evening and welcome to Hawk Field, where baseball weather is finally upon us, and I don't know if there's better weather for baseball than today. It is 90 degrees, the grass is green, and finally some dry weather here in Texarkana, Texas. Hawk Field is the place to be tonight, and it's the home of the defending 4A state champs here in the state of Texas. The atmosphere is exciting, and after what we saw just a week ago, the anticipation in the building is for sure. And so these Hawks are playing really good baseball right now. But speaking of really good, we've got some really good talent on our broadcast table tonight. And, of course, my name is Brian Bolt, but I am not talking about me. No. Tonight we are joined by two amazing guys on and off the mic. The man directly to my left is a local mortgage loan officer. He's a councilman, and he is also one of our founding members of the Coffee Crew. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Jay Davis.
Glad to be here tonight and watch these Gilmer Buckeyes take on these Pleasant Grove Hawks, and glad to see Alex Galvin on the bump tonight. Should be a fun night. I think the temperature's going to dip to 62 by the end of it, so you're right, definitely great baseball weather. Yeah,
and last but surely not least, we're honored to have the voice on Friday night, the voice of the Hawks football. And you know what? On Sunday morning, the voice of First Baptist Church Worship, we've got Mr. Quinn Stanfield with us.
I'm glad to be with you guys tonight. I've missed a lot of the baseball games this season. I've kept up with you on the broadcast. I've watched and listened, so glad to get to be here in person.
And so quickly, we are underway tonight, getting the start for the Hawks. Number 6, Alex Galvin. He'll start on the mound with Josh Brown behind the plate. The first one's going to be right in there at the knees for strike number 1. Second one going to be high, going to even up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Number 8, Braden Pate. He's the second baseman for the Buckeyes tonight. He'll stand at the plate first. So a second fastball that he sees, he drives foul down the third base line. And so, Quinn, before the game, they presented a check. And I did not know, but you are the Booster Club president. Tell us a little bit about the presentation that they had.
The bingo, Trey Smith's bingo business here in town partners with Bob Del Giorno from the ESPN radio station. And during the football season, I'll let you catch this right here if you need to.
No, go right ahead.
All right. During football season, they partner together to donate $20 per touchdown to the Pleasant Grove Athletic Booster Club. So tonight they gave us a check for $1,160.
That's awesome. That's always awesome for people around the community to support our local high school athletes right here. And so the first batter of the night, Pate, is retired. Alex Galvin, he's hot so far. Second batter of the night is going to be Dylan Henson. He wears number 4 and plays shortstop for the Buckeyes. And so,
one of the many great things that Pleasant Grove has as far as its community is the support, and it's definitely great to see companies like Super Bingo come out and be able to support these Pleasant Grove Hawks, and would definitely challenge each of those businesses that are listening tonight to find somehow to be able to support these young men, because it's amazing what it takes for these young men and women to be able to produce each and every evening when they come out, and whether it's schoolwork or doing it on the athletic field.
Absolutely. And so tonight, at least on paper, guys, Pleasant Grove really just outshines the Buckeyes. The Hawks come into tonight with 11 wins and 5 losses so far in the season, but they're 4-0 in district play, and that puts them at the top of 15-4A in the current standings right now. That fastball going to be swung on and over to the shortstop, Brenton Clark. He's across the diamond, and that'll be the second out of the inning for the Hawks.
Yeah, Clark made just a routine play there, made it look very easy. Good throw to the first baseman.
And as we were talking before that last ground ball, Gilmer comes in tonight with a 4-9 record. They've only got 1 victory in district play so far. And so the Hawks right now are playing extremely well. And the Buckeyes, the last few games, have been outscored by double-digit runs. And so they're looking to try to get back on track in district play tonight. But the Hawks are red hot, and they look to extend their first place standing in 15-4A. And so Alex Galvin on the mound for the Hawks. Off-speed pitch going to be outside for ball number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to number 17, Aaron Stanley.
Yeah, this is the first game between Pleasant Grove and Gilmer, and they'll play 2 more times the rest of the year. But the next game for Pleasant Grove will be the beginning of that second rotation, each of these teams facing each other for the second time this next week.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Stanley. Galvin, the 1-2 pitch. It's an off-speed pitch. It's swung on and missed, and so no hits, no runs scored, and the Hawks are headed to the plate when we come back after these messages from our sponsors. Are you ready? It's time for some Texarkana Game Day Baseball. Fastball on the outside corner. He rings him up just like that. 3 up and 3 down. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. If you're looking for good baseball, Texarkana's the place to be.
Providing excellent customer service while keeping everyone safe is a top priority here at State Bank. We are making your banking experience safer and easier with our new curbside banking program. Almost anything you need to do inside the branch can now be accomplished with curbside banking. Need to open an account, pick up a debit card, or hands-on help with mobile banking? Just pull into a designated curbside spot, call the number on the sign, and a State Bank team member will come assist you quickly. We are excited to bring you this convenience and are thankful to serve you. Your family, your bank, State Bank.
Welcome back to Hawk Field. Brian Bolt along with Jay Davis. We were joined briefly there by Quinn Stanfield. We sure do appreciate him for coming by and chatting with us for a little while, but I think he's got some family in town or whatnot here at the PG game, so we're going to let him go and enjoy his night and visit up in the crowd. So that's going to bring up number 2, Brenton Clark. He'll lead off tonight's matchup for the Hawks. He's the shortstop for the Hawks, and he's red hot right now at the plate. Number 17, Aaron Stanley, will stand on the mound.
Yeah, Brenton Clark went 2 for 4 in the previous game with a double and had an RBI in their win over North Lamar, 8-5.
So first fastball he sees, he drives right up the middle and past the second baseman. Clark wanted to stretch it into a double, but a nice job by Watson out in center field to quickly scoop that one up and get it back to the infield. And so first hitter of the night for the Hawks drives one right up the middle. And you know what, Jay? That's exactly what we saw last week from the Hawks. The first 2 guys of the ball game drove it right up the middle. And both leadoff men or at least the leadoff man and the second hole hitter for the Hawks were on base quickly. And so we'll see how tonight shakes out.
Well, and this brings up Brock Bearden, who was 3 for 4 in this last game with the triple. And so there's a good chance that he's going to add to his RBI total here running this year. He's really had a good season, really seeing the ball well.
First fastball to Bearden in there for strike number 1. Brenton Clark stands on first base. Stanley on the mound. He'll throw over to first base, not even close. He'll slide back in there safely. So no balls and 1 strike to Brock Bearden. Stanley to the plate. It's a fastball. Going to be swung on and fouled over the backstop for strike number 2. So quickly Bearden in a hole with no outs here in the bottom of the first inning here at Hawk Field, home of the defending state champions. So if you're tuning in here on Texarkana Game Day, we sure do appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you like this post and also share it so we can make sure that everyone knows that Pleasant Grove is playing baseball this afternoon. And anybody that wants to tune in but was unaware that there was some great baseball action going on here in Texarkana, they can see what you share and they can tune in. So we sure do appreciate you for tuning in. If you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and comment your favorite player or which team you're pulling for, or also, all right, so that's going to be an out. Or also, if you want to comment where you are watching from, we'd love to see where everybody's tuning in from. And so Brock Bearden, a big swing and a miss there, and he'll go down swinging for the first out of the inning for the Hawks. And so Travis Colley behind the plate for the Buckeyes tonight. He'll call time and go out to talk to Aaron Stanley. But with that big swing and miss, the ball got away from Colley just a little bit, and Brenton Clark will advance to second base. So 1 out. A runner wearing the white Hawks jersey tonight will stand on second base, and that'll bring up number 7, J.M. Long.
Yeah, Gilmer has their outfield playing very, very shallow against JM.
First fastball to J.M. Long, going to be outside for ball number 1. Center fielder is playing very shallow. Well, all of the outfield is playing very shallow, and if you hit it over their head, there's a lot of green grass behind them. They can run for days. This fastball swung on and fouled over toward the Lady Hawks softball field.
And there's a reason why Brenton Clark was the leadoff batter. His speed's going to allow him to get around anything out in the outfield more than likely.
So here's an off-speed pitch, and it's going to fall in there for strike number 2. And so quickly in the hole, J.M. Long gets down 1 ball and 2 strikes. That fastball going to be in the dirt for ball number 2, and that'll even up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to J.M. Long. So 1 hit so far this inning by Brenton Clark to lead off the ball game for the Hawks. The 2-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball that never quite breaks. That's going to bring up a full count to the 3-hole hitter, J.M. Long. Nice weather. About 70 degrees, maybe a little less out here. No wind at the moment. The flags are sitting flat on the pole, and an off-speed pitch right at the knee, swung on and missed for out number 2. And so a good showing so far by Aaron Stanley for the Buckeyes. And so we're looking for a lot of action here from the Hawks, who have been red hot inside the batter's box for the last few games. And so far this inning, of course, we had the leadoff hit by Clark, but Bearden and Long, some nice pitching by Aaron Stanley to retire both of them, and that'll bring up number 10, Traveler Couch.
Yeah, he's been able to work in his off-speed and curveball, and it's definitely have the Hawks on their heels right now.
Breaking ball in the dirt for ball number 2. So 2 balls and no strikes to Traveler Couch. Traveler Couch come up with some really clutch hits last year for the Hawks, and so far this year he's been pretty clutch as well.
Well, the North Lamar pitcher that Pleasant Grove faced this past game was thrown in the high 80s. So,
there's a fastball knee high. That one didn't look like it was high 80s, but it's in there for a strike.
So they're definitely going to have to look at this pitcher and his release to be able to catch back up to the ball.
2 balls and 1 strike to Traveler Couch. The 2-1 pitch, it's a fastball, a little high. That'll be ball number 3. So a nice hitter's count right here for Traveler Couch. Stanley on the mound, moving that ball around quite a bit, looking for a breaking ball here. It's an off-speed pitch, and it's going to be fouled to the backstop for strike number 2. Going to bring our count full as number 6, Alex Galvin, who is the starting pitcher tonight for the Hawks, he awaits on deck. Number 24, Cade Martin, the designated hitter, will stand in the hole. So the payoff pitch, it's in there, it's swung, it's through the hole. Coach is waving him around. There's going to be a play at the plate. No, the ball will be cut off. Jay, I was fully expecting a play to be at the plate there. The left fielder, Aaron Bell, he scooped that ball up before Clark had even made it around third base, and he threw it to the cutoff man, and there was no way that ball was going to get there hitting that cutoff man that close to him. And so the first run of the night scores, and it goes for the home team. So Alex Galvin steps up to the plate. A breaking ball, a little high,
Well, Coach
for
Fincher had
ball number 1.
Had no reservation. I think he was waving his arm right when the ball went through the infield.
Yeah, and, you know, I don't think that from seeing that ball being thrown in, I don't think there's any big arms out in the outfield. And I don't mean that in a negative way toward the players, but there was no way that he was even looking to throw that ball at home, and somebody with an arm absolutely would have came to the plate with that ball. This one's going to be swung on and fouled over toward the Buckeye dugout down the first base line.
Well, with as much as it rained the other night, that infield is definitely heavy. And even though Traveler got the stolen base with the throwing error, he was definitely a little slow coming out from first base.
Yeah, I don't know if he didn't get a good jump or if maybe that clay is just still damp, but he was going to be out by the throw, but it just was off the mark, and so he's safe at second base. And Galvin will battle at the plate trying to get him home. So Traveler Couch with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first stands on second base.
I was looking at some of the stats for Gilmer. Aaron Stanley was actually newcomer of the year for Gilmer last year, and he is only 1 of 4 returning starters from last year's team.
So a breaking ball from him, going to stay high. That's going to bring our count 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. So Stanley, the 2-2 pitch to the plate. It's going to be a high fastball, and that's going to make the count full with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Alex Galvin standing at the plate. Traveler Couch out at second base. A nice base hit more than likely will score another run.
Yeah, the previous 2 pitches, the middle infielders really weren't holding Traveler on too close.
This one's going to be high for ball number 4, and so he will draw the walk, and the third baseman not paying attention after the walk is given up, and so Traveler Couch will advance over with another stolen base over to third. And so now a base hit will definitely score 1. And this is going to bring up number 24, the designated hitter, Cade Martin.
And that's unfortunate for a pitcher because that's one more thing that he has to look at, especially being a right-handed pitcher.
First fastball going to be high for ball number 1. Cade Martin, a big guy. If he gets a hold of one, it's going to go. And, again, those outfielders for the Buckeyes are playing pretty shallow. And if he can get one over their head, they're going to run for days. Second fastball to him is going to be high for ball number 2.
Stanley needs to make sure he doesn't forget about Galvin on first.
Here's his third fastball in a row, and it's going to be high for ball number 3. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. There's going to be a pause in the action. While we have a pause, we want to make sure that you know that tonight's ball game is being brought to you in part by State Bank, your local bank for all of your personal and business banking needs. Visit statebankofdcab.com or stop by any of their locations. State Bank. You want to say this, Jay?
Your family, your bank.
That's right. So a 3-0 count. And for the 4th straight fastball, it's going to be high for ball number 4. And so just like that, with 2 outs, the bases are loaded, and that's going to bring up number 18, Mr. Blake Jennings. The last outing that we broadcast, Blake Jennings went almost a full game for the Hawks as they picked up a big win over their crosstown rival, the Liberty Ilo Leopards. And here's a base hit by Jennings. It's going to score 1. It's going to score 2. The throw not nearly in time as Galvin comes around from second base and scores the 3rd run of the night for the Hawks. So just like that, we were talking about Jennings pitching in the last game. He also had a hit or two, and he comes up his first at bat and goes the opposite direction right past the first baseman into the outfield, and that'll score 2 for the Hawks. So they will extend their first inning lead 3-0. And so 3 hits so far for the Hawks, 3 runs on the board. Runners stand on first and second. Don't be surprised to see Blake Jennings take off on this first pitch here. That's going to bring up the catcher, number 3, Josh Brown, to the plate. A very, very soft throw over to first base by Stanley. Jennings will be back in safely there. Brown at the plate. They will go to the plate. It's going to be high for the 5th straight pitch in a row. Going to be a ball. Well, I take that back. He did throw one in the zone, and it was hit into the outfield. So that one going to be high. Ball number 1 to Josh Brown.
Yeah, Josh has done a great job being that second coach on the field behind the plate this year, being the Hawk catcher.
That one in there for strike number 1, but Blake Jennings will advance over to second base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. That one an off-speed pitch, going to be outside for ball number 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to catcher Josh Brown. District action here at Hawk Field tonight. The visiting Gilmer Buckeyes in town, facing your hometown Pleasant Grove Hawks, defending state champions and leading in District 15 4A at the moment.
Yeah, another district game going on tonight is your Liberty Ilo Leopards playing Paris North Lamar. They are both 2-2. So loser of that game actually drops to 4th place in the district.
This breaking ball going to get by Colley, and that'll score number 24, Cade Martin from third base. And Blake Jennings will advance all the way around to third base. And so he stole a base, and then on that pass ball, he will advance over to third. So Josh Brown with a full count and 2 outs. Nothing to lose here for Brown, swinging for the fence. A runner on third base for the Hawks. Here's the pitch. It's right down the middle, and it's going to be fouled out of play by Brown. If you're tuning in, we sure do appreciate you tuning in and watching here on Texarkana Game Day. Make sure you comment and let us know where you're watching from and who your favorite player is, and we'll try to get you here on the air. We sure do appreciate Lisa McGuire for tuning in. Lisa, we appreciate you for tuning in here on Texarkana Game Day. So we're going to have a little bit of a break. The coach Josh Riley is going to go out and talk with his pitcher. Actually, he's going to call the whole infield in. And so let's see if he's going to make a pitching change. It does not appear that he is going to make a pitching change, but we will have a runner come in for our catcher, Josh Brown. That's going to be number 15, Aiden Murray. And did we see Aiden Murray pitch in the last game? Was that Aiden Murray that pitched?
He went and warmed up, but I don't think he didn't
Hutchison,
get the call.
who we saw. Okay. I remember seeing his number. Okay.
They were both in the bullpen at one time. And, Gilmer coach is definitely out there to be able to spot Pleasant Grove Hawks 4 runs, in this first inning is definitely going to be a tough thing for them to, battle back to. So they definitely need to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, and so the coach is out there talking with his infield, and his pitchers and the outfielders are casually having themselves a talk out there in the outfield. And, it's going to bring up none other than Mr. Halter himself. I don't know if his father is here in attendance or if he is watching at home tonight, but either way, you know, we talked about this guy a couple games ago. A lot of potential for him, just a freshman playing on the varsity squad. He's a very good baseball player. Just trying to get that strength and get used to that bat so that he can start producing at the plate as well. He had a couple good hits so far this season for the Hawks, but he's a great second baseman for him as well.
Yeah, his speed and length allows him to cover a lot of ground on that right side of the infield.
Long legs and nice hair. It's always good for a baseball player. Cover a lot of ground and got the flow out of the back of the hat, so that's always a good thing. And so he's going to take one, the second one, low for ball number 2. Jay Davis in his big gulp cup over here, getting him a drink. He is parched, and nonetheless, 2-0 to Jared Halter. This one right at the knees for strike number 1, and Halter looked over here because he knew it. That was a nice pitch right there, and Halter, he wants that one back, but he's going to step in. He's got another go at 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner going to go, no throw down to second base. Nice job there by number 15, Aiden Murray. Catcher just couldn't quite hold on to that one and make the transfer to get the throw down to second base. So some struggles being seen here in the first inning by the Buckeyes. The Hawks all the way down to the 9 hole here in the first. Ooh, and that one's going to hit Jarrett Halter right in the back. And you know why that one sounded like it hurt? Because it did hurt. There's no meat on those bones right there. That boy is all bones and jersey.
That was shoulder blade right there.
It was either shoulder blade or the back of his rib cage. You know, I miss the days where I could see my rib cage, you know?
No comment.
The only ribs that I see come from the barbecue place.
Right on.
And so the Hawks have batted all the way around after that hit by pitch. So Brenton Clark with the leadoff single. He stands back in the box. Jared Halter. Everybody's going to run. That one's going. It's not going to be caught. It'll score 1. If Jared Halter's got some speed, he's going to wave him all the way around. And so Jared Halter comes all the way around from first. That ball to the back didn't hurt his legs any, and so he scoots all the way around the bases. And just like that, the Hawks are up 7-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. And so the coach is going to head out, and he's going to make a pitching change, and we're going to take a break with him. And so the Hawks lead 7-0. We're just in the bottom of the first. We got a lot of ball game left here at Hawk Field, but we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more action right here on Texarkana Game Day.
A strong work ethic, takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Welcome back to the Jay Davis Show. Texarkana Game Day.
Something like that.
Oh, and the first pitch by the new pitcher, which is Landon Thompson, who is the first baseman. He'll come over to the mound, and Aaron Stanley will go over to first base.
No, that was Brock Bearden.
Well, it is Brock Bearden,
I'm sorry,
who is at the plate.
Got you daydreaming here. And
Brock Bearden.
that one did not hurt Brock because it hit him in some
That's
armor.
That's right. He had the old elbow guard on there, and he took the first pitch from Thompson to the old elbow. So second pitch is going to be grounded over to second base. Pate will scoop it up and throw it over to first base for the third out, but not after 4 hits, 2 men left on, and 7 runs scored in the first inning by the Hawks. Did we mention that they are red hot? Yes, they are. And so we're going to take a break, but we're going to come back with more Hawk baseball right here on Texarkana Game Day after this.
If you're thinking of building or remodeling, start your project with Red River Lumber and the Design Center. Our full-line lumber yards are stocked with the building materials you need for your project. The Design Center offers doors and windows, flooring, cabinetry, countertops, appliances, and more. And our team will help guide your project every step of the way. Take advantage of our custom kitchen design service. We'll help visualize your project with a 3D rendering of how your new space will look. Red River Lumber and the Design Center is proud to be a Day One sponsor of Texarkana Game Day.
Commercial services, electrical panel installation, circuit breaker installation, led by Master Technician Jay Strickland, and multiple specialty services.
Welcome back to Hawk Field, just in time for the first pitch of the second inning. Going to be high for ball number 1. Standing at the plate is number 2, Travis Colley, the catcher. That one's going to be grounded over to J.M. Long, and he will make easy work of that one. He scoops it up over at third base and gets it across the diamond, and around the horn it goes for out number 1 of the second inning. And so Jay Davis and Brian Bolt here on the call for you tonight. And the second inning tonight being brought to you by Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. With their experienced physicians and great personal care, Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital is your superior choice for minor and major emergency needs. Stop by and see Dr. Young and his staff, or give them a call at 903-838-8000. Real care, real convenience, real capabilities. And so, Jay, we were talking about that big left fielder that was out there for the Buckeyes, and we did not realize that he was that big until he is at the plate now. I can almost guarantee you he plays football.
There was a good chance that he was on the football field this past year, and Gilmer did extremely well in this football season this past year. Came up just short of winning a state championship.
And he gets a hold of one, and it is going. And speaking of how big he is, he scoops one down from the shoelaces, and he barely swung at that pitch, and it went over the big green monster out there right by the Texas state flag. And Gilmer's not going to go away that easy.
It wasn't quite 360 yards, but it was about 358.
Feet.
I would say.
I know we were talking about football. We're
great at bat for that young man.
So a big swing and a miss for the first pitch right here. Alex Galvin still on the mound for the Hawks. This is Landon Thompson. He's pitching for the Buckeyes now. He's going to ground one down the first base line, but it'll just get foul. So quickly, Galvin gets ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes.
I want to give a shout-out to the Pleasant Grove Lady Hawks who got the win over Liberty Isle last night. Lexi Snyder had a career-high 15 strikeouts.
Wow.
And Ann Lindsay went 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs.
That's a nice job there by the Lady Hawks, so good job by them. So Alex Galvin on the mound for the Hawks. Here's an off-speed pitch. It's outside for ball number 2. Going to even up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Landon Thompson. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's an off-speed pitch. It's going to be fouled in the box. So that'll be a foul ball, and Thompson will have another chance here. Galvin steps off the back of the mound, going to gather himself. So if you're tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, or the app, we appreciate you for tuning in. And here's a base hit by Thompson. And it goes right up the middle between Halter and Clark, right across second base. And so, like I was saying, if you're tuning in, whether it's via Facebook, YouTube, or you're watching on the app, we appreciate you for tuning in. If you don't have the app, make sure you go over to the App Store and download the new Texarkana Game Day app. It's free. You can keep up with all of our local high school athletic events for every school. You can even pick your favorite school, and you can get notifications from all the schools, or just live events or score updates. There's all kinds of things that you can get on the app through the Texarkana Game Day app. So go over to the App Store and download that. You can also stream the games from the app. Anywhere you go, you can pull your app up and stream any of the games that we are at, giving a live stream. So we appreciate Texarkana Game Day for bringing you that app. And now we're back to action. Galvin still on the mound. That fastball low and in the dirt. And a nice job by Josh Brown there to get down and dirty and stop that one from getting past him, and that kept the runner Thompson at first base.
Yeah, I didn't see Coach Fincher point at the scoreboard when he was talking to this pitcher, but he definitely brought up the score difference, tell him to settle down just a little bit.
So that one's going to be lined out to left field. McFadden comes up, and he's firing on all cylinders. And he overshoots everyone, and it gets past Josh Brown as well. And it'll roll all the way to the backstop, and the runners will advance. And so just like that, 1 home run and then 2 base hits by the Buckeyes. And so they've got a runner on second and third, 1 out here in the top of the second. They've cut into the lead just a little bit, but they've got other runners that are in scoring position, and that's going to bring up number 1. He's the 8-hole hitter, Landon Watson. Landon Watson plays center field for the Buckeyes. Here's first off-speed pitch to him, and it's going to be fouled out of play down the first base line. And so no balls and 1 strike to Watson. We've got some folks tuning in. Not sure if they're still watching or not, but we got Landon Jackson tuning in, watching his Pleasant Grove Hawks. He's a Razorback now, so I'm a fan. And so always good to see local high school students who get to go play at the next level make a good choice where to go play at.
I think
Jay,
I think that he is going to do extremely well, and I wish him all the success he can have.
So this one's going to get away from Brown. He's going to roll up his chest protector and get away from him, and it's going to go over toward the third base dugout, and that'll score a run. And so the Buckeyes not going away easily. 7 runs scored by the Hawks in the bottom of the first, and then here come the Buckeyes. They've scored 2 so far, and they've only got 1 out and a runner on third. It's a 2-1 count to Landon Watson. Alex Galvin on the mound. Here's an off-speed pitch, and it's going to be grounded to the first baseman. That'll be the second out of the inning, but that will score another run. And so only 1 hit. Excuse me, 2 hits. 2 hits this inning for the Buckeyes, but they've scored 3 runs. And so a nice job by them here in the top of the second. They've cut into that lead, Jay. When the Hawks were ahead 7-0 at the bottom of the first, we thought, man, this is going to get ugly really quick, and then here come the Buckeyes.
And their dugout has reacted to that. Lots of chatter and support for teammates.
And, as a coach, you always love it, even, when you're down in these situations and your kids, your dugout's pumped up, but also they're getting up to the plate and they're swinging the bat. They're not up there trying to get walked. They're not up there striking out. They are swinging the bat, and right now they're hitting the ball. And so that is going to be another base hit for the Buckeyes. So that is the 3rd hit of the inning for them. And so number 8, Braden Pate, he is the leadoff man for the Gilmer Buckeyes. And so he will step back up to the plate and await his first pitch from Galvin.
And Galvin did strike him out first bat, so maybe that'll be a little confidence in order to get him out of this inning.
Yeah, and I'm not real sure because I do not have what class they are in, but he looks like a freshman to me. So I think a lot of these guys on this Gilmer team tonight are young guys. Didn't you say they were returning 4 starters?
Correct.
So the majority of their lineup tonight are underclassmen and kids that did not get a whole lot of playing time last year. But these guys are battling, and so now they're up to 4 hits in the inning, and they advance the runner. So there'll be a runner on first and second. There are 2 outs. That's going to bring up Dylan Hanson. Alex Galvin, a fastball right down the middle for strike number 1, and so. But in all seriousness, we are happy for Landon Jackson. I, more than some others sitting at the table, am very, very happy that he's a Razorback. And so I think we may even have Morgan Smith excited that he's a Razorback,
Morgan is excited for this season, and I think Landon is going to make a great contribution to that defense.
I hope so. A really, really good defense under Barry Odom at the University of Arkansas, and just both coordinators are coming back. Briles will come back and control the offense, and so we're looking for a good season this year. I want to ask you.
I'm just glad they're not playing Texas. That's
I thought we were playing Texas this year.
No, we're not.
Okay.
No.
I thought we were playing them one more time, but nonetheless, it's right down the middle, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. And so 3 hits, 3-run score, and Gilmer is trying to make a comeback, but we're just in the bottom of the second, so a lot of baseball left right here. But we're going to take a break, and we'll be back where the Red Hot Hawks are coming to the plate. Are you ready? It's time for some Texarkana Game Day baseball. Fastball on the outside corner. He rings him up just like that. 3 up and 3 down. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. If you're looking for good baseball, Texarkana's the place to be. Welcome back to Hawk Field, where DJ Cam is bringing us back into the ball game. We're here as we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. The defending state champions are up against the Gilmer Buckeyes tonight, but the defending state champions, your Pleasant Grove Hawks, are leading 7-3 as we take the first pitch of the bottom of the 2nd for ball number 1. The second pitch going to be in the dirt for ball number 2.
Yeah,
Tonight's second, excuse me, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Travelers already got an RBI tonight. So, in a single.
So ball number 3, and the bottom of the 2nd inning is going to be brought to you tonight by Gregor Auto Group. If you're in the market for a new auto, Gregor Auto Group is exceeding expectations from sales to service each and every day. Go visit the wide selection offered by Gregor Auto Group at gregorauto.com. We appreciate our sponsors here at Texarkana Game Day, and if you are interested in being a sponsor of Texarkana Game Day, give TXK Marketing a call, or Phone Pros a call. You can get a hold of Texarkana Game Day at either of those local businesses, and they would love to talk with you about options for you to become a sponsor of Texarkana Game Day. And so let's take time and shout out some of our viewers. Jackson Halter, my man, he's tuning in to watch his little brother, who's already been hit with 1 ball tonight, so let's hope he doesn't get hit anymore. And Rob Carpenter, he's cheering for the Hawks. Amy Malone, Lisa McGuire, we've already called her name once tonight, so we appreciate her for tuning in. We appreciate everyone for tuning in here as the Hawks got a runner on first base, no outs. And number 6, Alex Galvin, is up to the plate. That's Traveler Couch on first. Landon Thompson on the mound for the Buckeyes. He's the second pitcher of the night for Gilmer. That one's going to be fouled. We'll have a stoppage in play for just a second as the catcher and the umpire were hit with that ball just a little bit. So we'll have a stoppage as Galvin will go over and speak to his head coach. And, you know, speaking of the head coach, the Hawks are led on the field tonight by head coach Riley Fincher, but Fincher comes into this. This is his 8th season as the head honcho for the Hawks, and he comes into tonight's game with 228 wins in his career as the head coach for the Hawks. So, you know, a nice job and some winning there by Coach Fincher. So a throw over to first base as we're back to the action, and not going to be close. Traveler Couch going to be back in there safely.
I guess we can give a shout out to Bruno Fernandez for spamming our stream going on.
Yeah, if you're watching our live stream, do not click on any links. There is no links that you can watch this other than Texarkana Game Day. So don't fall for it. We'll quickly get that taken off of there, but do not go over. And I'm sorry if our quality or our commentating is not good enough for you, but you can't find better on Texarkana Game Day, at least tonight. This is the best you're going to get. So Traveler Couch, he heads down to second base and slides in awkwardly, but in there safely nonetheless. A wild throw by Colley down to second base goes into center field. They'll quickly corral that one and get it back in. So the Hawks lead 7-3 as we're here with no outs in the bottom of the second inning. Traveler Couch, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's an off-speed pitch. He'll foul that one up and out of play. Jay Davis's nephew screams and runs out of the way of that one.
He's going to do that?
Yeah.
So
I thought it was your niece, but it was your nephew.
Sounds like my niece.
Yeah, I thought it was, yeah. Yeah. I don't even know his name, but we'll just call him Niece.
I do. All in good fun, though.
He's definitely not on the baseball team, but he's here watching, and so that one's going to get by Collie. Traveler Couch will advance over to third base.
He's actually a starting freshman on the Texas High golf team.
Really?
And
well, you know what?
I expect them to do extremely well in the state.
You know, if I could go back to high school, I would play golf. I would be on the golf team because I'm absolutely awful as an adult. And if I could have learned when I was a child, I would probably just be a little less awful. So a nice off-speed pitch there by Thomas to the plate, and Alex Galvin will go down swinging. So that'll be the first out here in the bottom of the second. Traveler Couch stands on third base. That's going to bring up Cade Martin, the DH tonight for the Hawks. He's looking to hit one deep into the outfield and run for days because those outfielders are playing up pretty close. If you can get one over their head, you're going to be able to run for quite a while. And so Cade Martin at the plate. Blake Jennings awaits on deck. That one going to be low for ball number one. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jennings. There's a nice fastball. It's knee high, and it's in there for strike number 2. So quickly, Martin falls behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one's going to be driven deep out into right field, but easy work for Aaron Stanley. He catches the ball and throws it in. He thought that there were 3 outs. So Stanley caught the ball and was not aware that there was a runner on third and only 2 outs. And so he makes the catch but doesn't get it in very quickly. And so Traveler Couch will tag up and score the 8th run of the ball game for the Hawks. And so they extend their lead 8-3 over their district foe, the Gilmer Buckeyes. And so Blake Jennings will come up to bat now. He takes that one knee high for strike number 1.
Give a shout out to Todd Altman, who's watching our stream tonight, a graduate of '89, and back in our area helping protect our streets. So definitely want to thank him for his service and time watching us tonight.
We sure do appreciate him. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Blake Jennings. Jennings already had 1 nice hit tonight. There's one a little low for ball number 3. 3 balls and 1 strike to Jennings with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Jennings, and that's way over his head. He's going to trot down to first base. So a clean count. A clean count, 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Josh Brown, the catcher. And
Well, if I'm a pitcher, I'm going to use the whole area that I can pitch to. And maybe the next batter will think, wow, I might need to get out of the way.
Well, you do what you got to do.
I actually watched a clip today of Nolan Ryan, and they used to say that when look, a little stolen base here.
Yeah, there's a throw down to second. Blake Jennings going to be in there safely with a 2-out steal.
But when the batters would dig in their back foot and take a little more time than what Mr. Ryan thought was acceptable, it was chin music or ear hole music shortly behind. But they showed a couple of clips in a row, and he was quite the maestro in taking over where batters stood and how close to the plate they stood.
Yeah. And so that one going to be high. I don't think it was by choice, but going to even up the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's another one. This one's going to be driven, and it's
gone.
going all the way to the wall. Is it going to be enough? It's not. It's off the bottom of the wall, but it hits the wood hard, and that'll bring number 18, Blake Jennings, all the way around from second base, and a little dance by Josh Brown out on second base, and well-deserved. There will be time called, and I believe number 15, Aiden Murray, that will be correct. He will trot out to second base.
That ball was a missile.
I'm sorry. I don't know if I don't know if the field announcer here is just picking random tunes to play for the batters.
No, they are picked out specifically for them.
Poor Jared Halter. That's not what he had last at bat.
I think the seniors might get to pick a few for the freshmen.
Well, okay. Well, I was supposed to say that was not the one that came, because I haven't heard that one yet today, and he's already come to bat.
Previous years it was Baby Shark.
He had a little for Jared.
No. Just for some of those that were freshmen.
Poor Jarrett trots up to the box with the Beebs playing in the background. But you know what? We're going to take a little bit of a break here. We got a pitching change here at Hawk Field, and we hope they don't hit Jarrett Halter when he comes to bat this time. But we'll be back with more of the Jay Davis Show right here at Hawk Field.
Yeah, it sounds crazy, but you can get paid to swipe your debit card. Visit one of Texana Bank's locations for more details. Come see what the
Are you ready? It's time for some Texarkana Game Day Baseball. Fastball on the outside corner. He rings him up just like that. 3 up and 3 down. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. If you're looking for good baseball, Texarkana's the place to be. Welcome back to Hawk Field. Brian Bolt and Jay Davis here, where we've had a pitching change. Bodie Henson will come in as the 3rd pitcher of the night for Gilmer. He throws a nice looking, not sure exactly what that was. Maybe a slider, but a nice pitch right there to freshman Jarrett Halter. So Halter will step in again with an 0-1 count, and he will be
2 for 2.
He will be hit by a pitch again. This one not near as hard, but it catches him. I would say, what bone is that? Is that the femur?
That's in your leg. Isn't
No,
it?
okay.
Where's
your femur at?
I would say I'd say stick to selling insurance.
Where's your femur?
I believe that's in your leg, isn't
That's
it?
where he got hit.
Oh, okay. I thought it was in the upper body.
No, he got hit in the leg.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then good call.
You were making me think. Whether it's the femur or not, that one's going to get into the outfield. It's going to score 1. Jarrett Halter, it hits him in the leg, but it's not slowing him down. Once again, he'll trample all the way around to third base, and so a nice base hit by the leadoff man, Brenton Clark, and so that's going to bring up Brock Bearden as we sit here and discuss the anatomy of the human body. So Gunnar Halter, he's tuning in, and he's cheering on Jarrett, who has been hit twice tonight and scored twice tonight after being hit. So nice job by Jarrett, poor fella, and have bruises all over him tomorrow. This off-speed pitch going to be low for ball number 1. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. I thought we were in about the 7th, but we're not. We're just in the 2nd. And it's 10-3 in favor of Pleasant Grove. A big hack there by Brenton Clark. He's wanting a piece of Bodie Henson. Bodie Henson throwing a little slower than what Landon Thompson was. And so I figure that the Hawks are, if they can slow down just a little bit and wait on it, I imagine that they're going to take a couple for a ride. But that was a big swing and a big miss by Brenton Clark. Nope, excuse me, Brock Bearden. Brenton Clark is standing on first base. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner goes, and another big swing and a miss by Brock Bearden. And so 2 hits, but 3 runs score, and 2 men left on for the Hawks. We're going to take a break, but the Hawks lead 10-3 right here at Hawk Field.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Welcome back after 2 complete innings. The Hawks lead 10-3 over the visiting Gilmer Buckeyes. We've got a new pitcher in the game, freshman Luke Flanagan, going to get his chance to come out and pitch in a varsity game. And the very first one, he'll throw hand high for ball number 1. But Luke, a big, tall, lanky pitcher for the Hawks, and a lot of whip on those long arms. And so a little bit of speed. He'll throw that second one about the same spot for ball number 2. And so Luke Flanagan on the mound for the Hawks just got to settle down. He's in the hole, 2 balls and no strikes. Recall, 2 balls and 1 strike.
That was a good frame by the catcher there.
Frame or not, it goes in the scorebook as a strike. And so this one's going to be lifted out to center field. Brock Bearden gives chase. And not today. Not many balls get down out there in the outfield with McFadden, Bearden, and Couch. And so that one, just like most of them, goes into the glove of Brock Bearden, and that'll be out number 1. And so Coach Fincher comes out and has a quick talk with his pitcher, Luke Flanagan. And so we're going to stay with you right now while we have a short meeting at the mound. And so, Jay, you got something going on this weekend.
I do.
Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, this is going to be a good event down in Cross Ties tomorrow that's going to start at 9 a.m. and run through 9 p.m. But it is the Home Builders Home and Garden Show. and I had the opportunity to help put our booth together today, and I'm impressed with a lot of the vendors that are going to be there. I'm actually going to sneak out of my booth and attend one of the seminars at 5, and it's going to be talking about electric cars, because there's going to be a time where having charging stations and things like that in our houses is going to become normal and required, I would suspect, for those that are buying homes and selling them. So I'm hoping to learn a little bit from AEP Swepco.
Okay. Well, I learned more there than what I thought I was going to. I had no intentions of, or I guess expectations is what I should say, of you telling us about electric cars when we talk about home builders.
Well, we've got garages.
Well, I do understand that.
And I mean, you even have some houses today that probably can't even house the big gas guzzling truck that you drive.
Yeah,
so,
you're right.
You know, there's many things that have changed over the years, and for those that are thinking about building a home, there's going to be some great vendors there. One of the fine sponsors of game day is Red River Lumber, and they're going to have a booth there. And so if you've got questions about remodeling or building, or if you've got questions about financing, I think I know a guy that you could probably talk to just to see about financing those. And so we're looking forward to having a good time tomorrow.
Well, that is great. And so the last 2 pitches have been fouled off down the third base line. And Luke Flanagan got a 2-2 count to number 2, Travis Colley, the catcher for the Buckeyes. And so a battle going on here. The freshman, he tries to get a curveball in there, but it just slips out of his hand. Just did not have a very good grip on that one. And so now the count's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Colley. Luke Flanagan to the plate. It's a fastball and it's high. Colley will draw a walk. It's going to bring up number 12, who had a home run at his last at bat, a very easy-looking home run. He just stuck that bat out there, but he's such a big guy, it doesn't take much, and he hit it almost dead center. That's number 12, Aaron Bell. Luke Flanagan, first pitch to Bell, going to be swung on and missed, and that gets the PG crowd to come alive just a bit. A stagnant crowd here as the Hawks lead 10-3. It has been pretty much all Hawks as we're here in the top of the 3rd inning. Here's the next pitch, and this one's going to be a blooper right to Brenton Clark, and he's going to throw it over to first base. And Brenton Clark will come up on the little blooper from shortstop and make the catch, and then he makes a nice throw over to first base to try to double up the runner over there.
Yeah, I love the emotions that Traveler plays with, and he definitely feels that the play was a lot closer and possibly different outcome he expected.
And the runner is staying on the base. Okay, I was supposed to say he was trying to walk off the base. I thought he was out, but they're not. They're going to bring in a runner for the catcher. That's number 10, Cooper Young, that will come in for Colley. So this fastball going to be high for ball number 1, but there is 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Brian Bolton, Jay Davis bringing you some Texas high school baseball action tonight from Hawk Field. That one going to be popped straight up and an easy out and an easy flip back to the mound for Josh Brown. And so no hits, no runs scored, 1 man left on. The Hawks are coming to bat, but not after these messages right here on Texarkana Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room, and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
A shield against the elements. Comfort in the midst of chaos. Shelter in the aftermath of destruction. For 75 years, Shelter Insurance has remained true to our promise to be there when you need us most. This is the heartbeat of our company, our why. Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life.
In Arkansas, see Brian Bolt for a free insurance review.
Welcome back to Hawk Field, where the Hawks of Pleasant Grove lead 10-3 over the Buckeyes of Gilmer. And so tonight's third inning being brought to you by Texana Bank. Texana Bank is your hometown bank, built on a solid foundation, weathering each and every storm for over 100 years. Family owned and locally operated, and here to serve your family for 100 more. So for all of your banking needs, visit Texana Bank. Here today, here tomorrow. And so just like that, 2 pitches into the bottom of the third inning. And that is number 7, J.M. Long, who pokes one out into center field, and Landon Watson could not quite get there. He lays out but could not make the catch, and so that'll be a double for Mr. Long. So that'll bring up number 10, Traveler Couch. He's playing out in right field tonight for the Hawks, and so no outs and a runner on second. Traveler Couch rips one right up the middle, and that'll score 1 run. Let's see if Traveler stretches this into a double. He does not. The throw will be cut off at second base, and just like that, Traveler Couch comes up with his first hit of the ball game. So now the Hawks extend their lead 11-3 over Gilmer.
And I think Couch actually moved to first base whenever Luke came in.
Did he?
This past inning, yeah, I believe.
Okay. Well, I miss that.
It's all right.
I'm glad you're here.
It's all right. I'm glad to be here.
That's why there's 2 of us. There was 3, but
the brains of the operation.
I know, the smartest guy in the whole room. He left us here. But nonetheless, we'll give him a pass tonight. But Jennifer Caldwell and Sally, how do you say this? How do you say her last name? Salas? Salas?
I'm going to go with that. I think she's kin to Alex somehow.
Okay, yep. Galvin. We'll just call her Sally Galvin.
Yeah.
So, Miss Galvin, we appreciate you for tuning in, cheering on the Hawks. So if you're watching on Facebook, comment in the comment section where you're watching from. We enjoy to see where everyone's watching from. It's just neat for us to see who's watching and where from. And so Alex Galvin at the plate now. He's got 2 balls and no strikes on him. And at number 10, Traveler Couch, who apparently is our first baseman now, stands on first base. So again, Galvin at the plate. DH Cade Martin awaits on deck. Number 18, Bodie Henson on the mound. There's a funky off-speed pitch there, and it will be high for ball number 3. So Miss Sally Galvin Salas is watching from Plainview, Texas. Appreciate you for tuning in. So 3 balls and no strikes here to, I'm assuming, some of her kinfolk, Alex Galvin. He's going to take that one at the knees for strike number 1. Alex looking for a big hit here. No outs. Here in the bottom of the third, the Hawks already scored 1 run here in the bottom of the third. Henson on the mound. The runner goes, and that'll be ball number 4. So no play at second base. That's going to bring up the DH, Cade Martin. So Alex Gavin will trot down to first base. Couch over to second. Martin to the plate. Blake Jennings will stand on deck. Bodie Henson on the mound for Gilmer. He throws one. It's in the dirt. Both runners will advance. Cade Martin, a big guy. If he gets a hold of one, it's going to go quite a ways, and so.
And probably score 2, which brings up the 10-run rule, which we're still 2 innings away from.
Yeah, we're quite
when that would come into play.
Pretty good ways.
Gilmer has shown the ability to be able to put multiple runs up during an inning, so definitely not over, but Gilmer definitely needs to find a way to keep these Hawks off the base path.
So Coach Josh Riley will go out to the mound and talk with his team. He's just telling them, guys, throw it down the middle, let them hit it, and let's play defense. That's what he's saying. He told me before he went out there that's what he was going to say.
Well, the pitcher just pushed one of his players away playfully, so he's at least in the right frame of mind.
Well, speaking of broken stuff, Phone Pros voted best phone repair business 7 years running. Got a cracked screen or a battery problem? Head on over to Phone Pros at 4116 Gibson Lane in Texarkana, Texas. Their motto over there is, if you come in and you see Morgan, don't give it to him, let a pro take a look. And so that one's going to be all the way to the wall. That'll clear the bases, and here he comes all the way with another stand-up double. That's your DH, Cade Martin.
I believe that was his second and third RBI of the night that just came in.
And so that clears the bases, and a little fireman going on, and the fireman himself, not sung by George Strait, but this one by Lil Wayne. Blake Jennings, he'll trot up to the plate, and I think we may have a pitcher change. I think Gilmer may be out of pitchers. I'm not sure here, but Coach, he's going to – did they just flip a quarter? I'm not sure.
I think the third baseman is –
rock, paper, scissors. That's what they did.
Accepting the task at hand.
That's right, and so there's going to be multiple people trot off, and the third baseman, right now I've got that written down as Cade Bartman. Let's see if that's right. Do I have Cade Bartman right? Bauman, Cade Bauman. I can't even read my own writing. So he's going to come in and warm up, and you know what? We're going to take a break with him. And so Gilmer needs a little break to get a pitcher warmed up. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Commercial services, electrical panel installation, circuit breaker installation, led by Master Technician Jay Strickland, and multiple specialty services.
If you're thinking of building or remodeling, start your project with Raider Lumber and the Design Center. Our full-line lumber yards are stocked with the building materials you need for your project. The Design Center offers doors and windows, flooring, cabinetry, countertops, appliances, and more. And our team will help guide your project every step of the way. Take advantage of our custom kitchen design service. We'll help visualize your project with a 3D rendering of how your new space will look. Red River Lumber and the Design Center is proud to be a Day One sponsor of Texarkana Game Day.
Welcome back to Hawk Field. Cade Bowman on the mound now for Gilmer. His first fastball to Blake Jennings going to be low and in the dirt for ball number 1. And I was reading through some comments here, and Jennifer Caldwell said, "Go Hawks," but it's boring. And Jennifer, we may agree with you a little bit. We are trying. We hired Jay Davis to come in for entertainment, and he's not keeping you or I
Jennifer, I apologize for that.
I know it. I'm just going to talk to him about a pay cut. With Jay Davis.
She's also alumni of PG.
Yeah, Jay Davis. I mean, come on, man.
Ladies
tonight's entertainment. And it's
young ladies don't like their ages said, so I'm not even going to say what year she graduated.
Yeah, that wouldn't be very good entertainment. It probably would for us. It wouldn't for you. So 3 balls and no strikes. This one's going to be fouled and almost hits the catcher, Josh Brown, over on the on-deck circle, but a 3-0 count and the green light for Blake Jennings. I like it. I like it a lot. And so Cade Bowman on the mound now for Gilmer. Gilmer has had 4 pitchers in the ball game so far. Here's a pitch right down the middle to Blake Jennings, and he's going to be rung up on that pitch. And so I believe the scoreboard was wrong. I believe it was a 2-2 count, and they had 3-1 on the scoreboard, and so we do apologize there. But nonetheless, that's going to be the first out here in the bottom of the third.
I'm not the Gilmer coach, but I would probably have my left fielder shade a little more towards the foul line based on the last time Mr. Brown was up to bat.
Yeah, and the one he just fouled off. But nonetheless, the Hawks are leading 13-3. Josh Bowman on the mound. Josh Brown at the plate. Tonight's ball game being brought to you by Browning Homes. If you're looking to build a home on your own land or interested in a new custom home in a great local neighborhood, Browning Homes can help. They currently have homes available in the beautiful Mallard Pond subdivision. Give Kevin Browning a call at 903-793-1739 and start your adventure towards your dream home today with Browning Homes. So Josh Brown going to lift this one out to shallow right field, and second baseman Braden Pate will make the catch for out number 2. And so some more of our sponsors. We've named a few, but we're going to name them again. State Bank, Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, Total Medical Supply, Gregor Auto Group, Texana Bank, Commercial National Bank. They're our scoreboard sponsor tonight and each and every night for all of our sports. So we appreciate Commercial National Bank. Brian Bolt Agency, Shelter Insurance, Conterra, Dr. Pepper, Browning Homes, Express Employment, Kelly Ashbrook State Farm, Sports Magic, Livewire, Red River Lumber, Phone Pros, TXK Marketing, and Complete Computing Solutions. We appreciate all of them for being sponsors of Texarkana Game Day. Go give those folks some business so that you can keep tuning in and watching from home. And so we've got the hit man. And no, I'm not talking about Bret Hart. I am talking about Jarrett Halter. He has been hit every at-bat tonight, and he is up. But you know what? He's got a 1-1 count, so things are looking good for him. He hasn't gotten 2 pitches into a at-bat yet, so here's the third pitch to him, and it's going to be high for ball number 2. Jarrett wants to hit instead of getting hit, so he might have his chance at this at-bat. 2 balls and 1 strike. Cade Bowman on the mound. He's going to throw one high, and Travis Colley's going to throw down to second base. Not going to be in time to get the runner there, so 3 balls and 1 strike as the Hawks lead 13-3 here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, Halter really hasn't had much to put in play tonight.
So Jarrett, the 3-1 pitch is low and outside, and he'll draw the walk this time, so just a little different at bat, but same result. He'll trot down to first base, but this time he didn't have to get hit by one of those baseballs. So that's going to bring up the leadoff man, Brenton Clark. Travis Colley is going to go out and talk with his pitcher, Bowman. And so 8 hits so far for the Hawks in tonight to game 5 for Gilmer. Again, our score 13-3, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 30th inning. Sorry, just the third.
We still have a few more outs left in this game, and hopefully we'll see a little bit more action going on. You know, I have been excited to see Pleasant Grove put up as many runs as they have. That's one thing that I do think that this team's going to do this year, and just looking forward to seeing this pitching be able to continue to keep some goose eggs on those innings.
Yeah, putting up runs has not been a problem for the Hawks so far this season, and I think they're about to put up some more. So this one's going to be blasted down the first baseline. Brenton Clark, he's going to stretch it out into a double. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2. They're going to hold Clark at second base. But Jarrett Clark with the wheels. I saw somebody in the comments call him J-Rod. And, man, he had some wheels on him there. He comes all the way around from first base and gives the Hawks a 15-3 lead here in the bottom of the third inning at Hawk Field.
Yeah, it just seems that Gilmer just doesn't have an answer to keep these Hawks off the base run, or from base running and just scoring all these runs.
So Brock Bearden, he has not been as hot as he has been in the previous games. He's not been very hot tonight. He's got 2 strikeouts in the game, so he looks to get back on track with his third at bat here of the ball game as they lead 15-3 over district foe Gilmer. So 1 ball and no strikes to him. This one's going to be high for ball number 2.
Yeah, I think the infield is definitely playing him a little shallow.
So 3 balls and no strikes here to Brock Bearden. We're an hour and a half into this ball game, and we're not even done with the third inning yet. That one in there for strike number 1, 3 balls and 1 strike to Bearden. Bearden, the 2-hole hitter for the Hawks. 3-1 pitch from Bowman, however we want to call it tonight. You know, we talked about Landon Jackson just a little while earlier, and there he sits up there with a nice Arkansas shirt on.
He was gracious enough to go by the Pleasant Grove, I believe the intermediate school earlier today, and visit with some kids. He's done such a great job giving back to the community and being available. Been a good role model.
Yeah. So a walk will be drawn from Brock Bearden. So we're going to have a short break in action. And you know what? We're going to take a break with you. We'll see you back in 30 seconds.
Providing excellent customer service while keeping everyone safe is a top priority here at State Bank. We are making your banking experience safer and easier with our new curbside banking program. Almost anything you need to do inside the branch can now be accomplished with curbside banking. Need to open an account, pick up a debit card, or hands-on help with mobile banking? Just pull into a designated curbside spot, call the number on the sign, and a State Bank team member will come assist you quickly. We are excited to bring you this convenience and are thankful to serve you. Your family, your bank, State Bank.
Welcome back to Hawk Field, where the Hawks still lead 15-3 here in the bottom of the third. There are 2 outs, though, and J.M. Long steps up to bat for the Hawks. Runners on first and second. Again, 2 outs. Cade Bowman, he throws one in there low, and it's going to be lifted out to center field, but Watson makes easy work of that, and so 4 hits, 5-run score, and the Hawks lead 15-3. We're going to take a short break here on Texarkana Game Day, and we'll be back with more of the Cam and Jay Show.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
A shield against the elements. Comfort in the midst of chaos. Shelter in the aftermath of destruction. For 75 years, Shelter Insurance has remained true to our promise to be there when you need us most. This is the heartbeat of our company, our why. Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life.
In Arkansas, see Brian Bolt for a free insurance review.
Welcome back to Hawk Field. The Hawks lead 15-3 over the Gilmer Buckeyes. And number 21, Lance Jackson, the freshman, will come out and step on the mound for the Hawks. So let's see what Jackson's got on the bump. His first pitch, a nice fastball knee high for strike number 1. And his brother Landon Jackson that we were talking about earlier is sitting in the stands. Hopefully he'll swing by and we can get a word with him live on the air. So first one looked good, second one a little high. Going to go to the backstop, and Coach Josh Riley will track that one down on his way around to third base.
Yeah, Lance definitely has an imposing size standing on the mound out there.
Nice long leg kick there, but it will be high for ball number 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike with Lance Jackson on the mound for the Hawks. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Jackson. It's going to be swung and fouled to the backstop for strike number 2.
Yeah, Cade attempted to call timeout before that ball was delivered, but the umpire did not give him that luxury.
Cade Bowman at the plate, the pitcher now for Gilmer. Here's a 2-2 pitch. It's knee high, and nope, they're going to say it was a little lower than knee. So that'll be ball number 3, and so a full count to the first batter that Jackson faces. So the payoff pitch from Jackson to Bowman. It's knee high, rings him up and sits him down. One batter faced, he strikes him out. Nice job by Jackson there. So 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. We are trying to stretch this out to 5 innings. His first pitch to number 1, Landon Watson. Lance Jackson, a big kid. Jay, you know a little more about him than what I do.
Well, he's definitely going to be a mainstay on the Pleasant Grove Hawk football team for the
already committed
for the next 3 years, and it's going to be fun. And he's going to, I believe, join Big Brother up in the Fayetteville area to attend college.
Nice place, good choice.
And so he's gonna be fun to watch. These are the same comments that we made about Landon whenever he was a freshman. And once again, both of these young men are involved in the community and give the young boys and girls the time of day when they're out in public, and it's just fun watching them grow up.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the second batter that he faces. That's going to be number 1, Landon Watson. He is the center fielder for the Buckeyes. Justin Jones awaits on deck. There's a 2-2 pitch. It's going to be high for ball number 3, and so again gets to a full count on the second batter that he faces. Let's see if he can strike this one out with a knee-high fastball like he did the last one. And that one's going to be swung on and fouled to the backstop, so we will have to await one more pitch. Jay Davis along with Brian Bolt tonight on the call for you. 2 batters faced, 2 batters retired. A big swing and a miss there, and so another strikeout for Lance Jackson, and so nice job by him. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you by Kelly Ashbrook State Farm with 2 locations in Texarkana and Atlanta. Kelly Ashbrook State Farm is here for all of your home, auto, and life insurance needs. With a fully licensed staff, Kelly and her team are ready to serve you and your family, serving the 4 states area. Kelly Ashbrook State Farm. So we appreciate her for being a sponsor of Texarkana Game Day. And as you can see out in the outfield, I know you can't see it right now, but let's pause for this. A ground ball over to Jared Halter. He scoops it up and across the diamond for out number 3. And so no hits, no runs scored, and nobody left on for Gilmer. And so we are heading to the bottom of the 4th inning, and we'll be right back with more right here on Texarkana Game Day.
Providing excellent customer service while keeping everyone safe is a top priority here at State Bank. We are making your banking experience safer and easier with our new curbside banking program. Almost anything you need to do inside the branch can now be accomplished with curbside banking. Need to open an account, pick up a debit card, or hands-on help with mobile banking? Just pull into a designated curbside spot, call the number on the sign, and a State Bank team member will come assist you quickly. We are excited to bring you this convenience and are thankful to serve you. Your family, your bank, State Bank.
If you're thinking of building or remodeling, start your project with Raider Lumber and the Design Center. Our full-line lumber yards are stocked with the building materials you need for your project. The Design Center offers doors and windows, flooring, cabinetry, countertops, appliances, and more. And our team will help guide your project every step of the way. Take advantage of our custom kitchen design service. We'll help visualize your project with a 3D rendering of how your new space will look. Red River Lumber and the Design Center is proud to be a Day 1 sponsor of Texarkana Game Day.
Welcome back to Hawk Field, where number 5, Nathan Hutchison, has checked into the ball game, and he will step up to the plate for the Hawks. The Hawks lead 15-3 here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and so we are approaching the fifth inning where the 10-run rule will be in effect unless the Buckeyes can score at least 2 runs and hold the Hawks to stop the bleeding, but not sure that that's going to be possible. But I assume that we're going to see some different folks check in because I already see Hutchison at the plate and Garrett Harrison on deck.
I believe Gilmer's going to have to score 3 to extend this game into the 6th inning.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. We appreciate you for tuning in here on Texarkana Game Day. If you haven't done so, go over and check out the App Store and download the new free Texarkana Game Day app. Cam's pulling his phone out right now. He's going to download it. And so we appreciate everyone out here working tonight, Cam and all of the other knuckleheads running cameras and the sound crew out here. They're out here late on Friday night working hard to bring you Pleasant Grove Hawk baseball, and no matter if it's an exciting game or they're winning 15-3, we're going to be here and bring you the action right here on Texarkana Game Day. So that one's going to be popped straight up into the air. No one knows where it is. The third baseman's going to come over, but he can't make the catch, and so Mr. Hutchison will have another at bat.
And Nathan's mom has joined watching tonight. Had the luxury of coaching soccer when we were coaching our daughters. I'm not sure if she enjoyed it as much as I did, but glad she's watching the stream tonight.
And there's going to be a strikeout for number 6. That's Harrison Lofton, who is now pitching for Gilmer. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. That's going to bring up Garrett Harrison, his first at bat of the night. A big swing and a miss for Harrison, but a nice swing there.
Yeah, he had some great contributions this year on the football team and came back from an injury the previous year, and definitely glad to see him on the diamond.
So 1 ball and 1 strike to Harrison, his first at bat of the ball game. Here's a breaking ball, big swing and a miss there by Harrison for strike number 2. Number 24, Cade Martin, he'll stay in the game at his designated hitter position. So he awaits on deck. Nope, as soon as I said that, it looks like he is going to come out of the ball game, at least from his hitting position. So it looks like he will head to the dugout, and number 14, Ryan Leach, will replace him. This one in there called strike number 3, and so that'll be the second out of the inning here. 2 up and 2 down for Gilmer. And so Ryan Leach, he's a senior wearing number 14. He'll step up to the plate. Good-looking kid. First pitch to him is a breaking ball, and he's going to pop it out into right field. He's running, and that one's going to fall. And they're going to try to get him at second base, and he's going to stop at second. And the crowd goes crazy. The dugout goes crazy. The student section goes crazy.
Ryan has definitely brought a fan base here with him tonight. Not sure if that's going to be scored a hit, but he did get to second base.
I don't think that one's going down in the book. They may put it on the scoreboard as a hit, but I don't think in the official scorebook it's going to go as a hit. But nonetheless, to take away from that young man, he came out of the box full blast, and I mean, just a tough spot for somebody to make a catch, and it got down. So number 18, Blake Jennings, will stay in the ball game. Couple nice hits for him already here in the ball game, and so he'll step in with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Oh, he wanted that one, and it was knee high for strike number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jennings. Ryan Leach with the fan base stands on second base. So here's one, a big swing by Jennings, but no contact. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes to Jennings. There's one in the dirt. And Leach is going to have a stolen base. So a double and a stolen base in the scorebook for Ryan Leach and his fan base. They're hearing numbers tonight. They're excited. They were Snapchatting. They were clapping.
Well, it's good to be excited. These Pleasant Grove
They were
Hawks
yelling.
are 4-0 in district. With the assumed outcome of this game, they'll be 5-0 in the driver's seat in district.
Here's an off-speed pitch, but it's going to be high for ball number 3, and so a full count to Blake Jennings. Blake Jennings, 2 outs. He's got the green light. If it's in there, take it for a ride. And we know he will. He thought it was ball number 4, but he's going to rung up, and we're headed to the top of the 5th inning. So Gilmer's got 3 outs to make up 3 runs, or else we're headed to the house. But next, we're headed to the top of the 5th right here on Texarkana Game Day.
Commercial services, electrical panel installation, circuit breaker installation, led by Master Technician Jay Strickland, and multiple specialty services.
Welcome back to Hawk Field, where number 24, Cade Martin, he was the DH. He'll come in to pitch. We've got a lot of new faces out on the field, but Gilmer is down to their last 3 outs. They're down 15-3. They're going to lift one out into left field, and it's going to be down for a base hit.
Cinderella is still at the dance. St. Peter's.
Cinderella needs to go home.
St. Peter's beat Purdue.
Oh.
So you're going to have a 15 seed continue on to make it into the, they call it the Elite 8, I think.
I mean, my bracket was already busted by then anyways. So this breaking ball going to be in the dirt for ball number 1. Gilmer down 15-3, desperately trying to score at least 3 runs here in the top of the 5th to keep the ball game alive.
At State Bank, we've got a March Madness bracket competition going on amongst our employees. And our CEO and I both have Kansas winning it all.
Really?
Kansas won tonight.
You know who I had winning it all?
Well, you said that.
Not Arkansas.
Oh, well, I mean, who would pick them?
I mean, I would.
Clayton Wisdom.
I wanted to.
A true Arkansas fan at State Bank has them in his bracket.
I had Tennessee winning mine. I knew it was going to be a long shot, but I just thought that maybe, and speaking of Arkansas Razorback basketball, we've got somebody that just walked up that may talk a little Razorback football with us. And so Landon Jackson has walked up. And Landon, you and I have never, I don't think, officially met.
Yes, sir.
And so, I've talked to you just passing by, but we've never really sat and talked before. But, I'm a big Razorback fan, so I appreciate you coming over here and taking the time to talk with us. That one's going to be to third base. It's around, and that's going to be a double play, so that's 2 outs. So Gilmer now down to their last out of the ball game. But let's take a little time and talk to Landon. Tell us what's been going on.
Really just working out, conditioning, rehabbing my knees. I had surgery on that back in October. So just doing all that and just enjoying it.
Have you been in Hot Springs with Coach Pittman?
I actually went down there for my mom's birthday, and we saw him at the races and hung around him a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Did you see his new hog out there at his lake house?
No, he told me about that back in December.
Yeah.
So
I heard that they were out there doing some work, and some people that, not me, I can't afford a house up there on the lake, but some people were taking pictures where I don't know if it was a dolphin or something else was out there, and they took it down.
A marlin.
Okay, a marlin. There was something out there. And they took it down and replaced it with a hog, so it's been the talk of the town for a couple weeks. And so I think he finally posted a picture of it last night.
Well, tell us a little bit about younger brother's experience on the mound tonight. You got to come out and see that?
Yeah, I was excited to see it. It looked like he did pretty well out there.
Yeah, did a good job.
3 up, 3 down, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah.
I would take that.
Yeah, hey, as a pitcher, especially coming in the way he did, you get to pitch 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Yep.
So you're up in Fayetteville, or you've been back and forth. So what's going on up there? What's the talk? I mean, how's the team look?
Team's looking really well. It's everybody really bonds together well, working really hard. So I'm excited for this season to come.
Both coordinators staying with the team. How is that for the chemistry for everybody?
That really just builds the belief for the players. Like,
if
these coaches are getting offered head coaching jobs at other places, but they decide to stay, you'd want to play for a coach like that,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And so that one's going to go over to third base and across the diamond, and that's going to be the third out. And so that's going to be the ball game. We're going to stay with you for maybe 1 more minute. We've got Landon here with us. We're just going to stay with you while they shake hands on the field, talk with him a little bit more. Jay, you got anything for him?
Well, I'm just excited to see the impact that you're going to make on the team. I know that there's been a lot of talk that you're more than likely going to be able to, get a starting position there, but that doesn't go without work.
Definitely.
And so, what are your short-term plans to get you in the position to be able to make sure that you've got that starting position earned?
Really, just constantly do extra work in all my weak areas, like stopping the run, playing lower. Really, just all the aspects that I can get better at. Just really focus on those on my own as well as in practice, and just go out and earn it.
So what position are they really getting you set up to play this next year?
I'll be playing like a 4 and a 5, so basically just a between defensive end, defensive tackle.
Are you going to spend most of the time up or down?
Down.
Okay.
Down. Yep.
So is there, coming from LSU over to Arkansas, have you caught a lot of slack about that?
Not really, because everybody that I care about that's talking about it is all in this area. All big Razorback fans.
Yeah,
so a lot more happiness than mad.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that could have been worse is from coming from LSU is if you would have came from Texas. So
easy now.
Yep.
But look, Landon, we appreciate you taking time to come out here. Your brother did great tonight. I know you're going to go celebrate with him and all the family. But it's good to have you in town. It's good to have you in Razorback Red and up in Fayetteville. And so I know that I will be up watching you quite a bit. I don't know if Jay
I will-
your
I will
your
be
dad's a big
huge fan.
Razorback fan, right?
My dad has become a Razorback.
Yeah. I ran into him in Fayetteville.
So he's married into the Razorback family.
Yeah. Okay. Well, married in, however you get in, I mean,
That's right,
it's
that's
just,
right.
You get in where you fit in.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
well, we appreciate you for stopping by and talking with us for just a second. We're going to let you go enjoy the night with your brother in this big win where the Hawks win 15-3 and go to 5-0 in district play. And so for Jay Davis, Brian Bolt, and Landon Jackson, we're going to give it back to y'all, and I hope everybody has a good night. And from Hawk Field, we'll see you next time live right here on Texarkana Game Day.